because this process is quite interesting. Now, when I say unreasonable, it's just that I'm saying that it's been extremely one-pointed. It's been along the lines of yoga, study of this path. And a lot happens. A lot has happened. And mainly you go through the whole process of being extracted from the thinking of this world. That's usually where all the ow comes from. You slowly become kind of almost alienated from the way the basic unwashed masses think. They're caught in such a delusion they don't even remember that they're trying to remember. And the flow of their karma is so strong that they're stuck on tracks, and their gates of opportunity are further down the line or in different spaces in time. But you'll find, that's one of the things, it's a universal principle, and it scares people, is that once you get into this kind of path, it changes you, and it changes the way you think, because the texture of your experience changes. It's not something, and that's one thing I absolutely guarantee you, anybody that's been around me any amount of time, it's not a matter of trying to get you to think anything or believe anything, because you can think or believe anything you want. It has nothing to bear on anything. Except for there is an importance of understanding that using the Kundalini and using meditation, using opportunity is intelligent. That's a principle. But how you do it is completely your own. This is where it gets a little bit unusual, because this path does have a formless quality to it. That is confusing. It doesn't have the trappings of a religion. No, it's quite simple in that regard, the quality of simply doing that. Because what happens when you meditate, when you look at it? You are sitting for that hour and a half. You are turning your entire attention to the mystery of God, the mystery of creation. That consciousness is incredibly dynamic and of the nature of reality. The saying goes, one step towards God, God takes 10 steps towards you. One step towards God, God takes 100 steps towards you. One step towards God, 1,000 steps towards you. It's dynamic, it's a conversation, is the point. And that is the substance of meditation. Add into the fact that the Kundalini is awake, add into the fact that you're interacting with a human being that has undergone the chemical transformation, the biological transformation, and the transformation in consciousness that samadhi implies, which has its base in where the identity rests, the concept of I, and the pervasive quality that generates, where what I consider I rests more thoroughly on the principles of the interaction of the inner mystery in relationship to the human form than your concept of I. So it pervades you and speaks to you in ways that change you. That's also one of the sources of the pressure. Your concept of I is being subverted. This again is something that generates fear. Oh, where am I going? What is happening? Where am I going? What is happening to myself? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? The illusion of control is difficult and dear and difficult to give up. And I always say that it's not as big a deal as you make it. It isn't. But at the same time, psychology always has its day, and when the actual reordering of the psychological identity is an event, no matter how you slice it. This is where yoga is very useful. The principles of yoga are very helpful because it makes you, it's like, okay, things start to happen. You start to change your concept of self. But then if you're meditating, you're studying with a teacher, you're in a meditation group, it's like, oh, when it starts happening, things start happening, you go, oh, well, this is what Mark said was going to happen. Things are changing. It's a development from meditation, it's a development from yoga, it's a development from the awakening of the Kundalini. Therefore, it makes sense, and so you become more comfortable. Yet at the same time, there are these pressures that you must learn to deal with. You are going to change. A lot of the trick is the learning to change well. It's an art. It's like learning to play a musical instrument or getting good at anything. You can only get good at it by doing it. It's complete feel-oriented. It's dynamic. It's in that gray zone of performance and ability. When somebody is good at something, it's always more than the sum of its parts. And change has that quality, the ability to move through the changes of life fluidly with the acceleration that yoga and meditation add on to it as well. And there's usually a period of time of adjustment based on experience. If a person has had a lot of experience, like say they've done yoga and meditation in past lives, Kundalini awakes, they start meditating, they just start zooming through the practices, amazing developments, realizations, understandings happen like wildfire. It's not because they're all that much more talented than any other person, it's because they have experience in that area they've already developed. Nobody's just brilliant. It all comes from experience. Most of you are in the beginning phases of dealing with serious yogic development. What it means to really have those demands put upon you. And what the proposition is. You're very convinced in your human identity, and you're still very attracted to a lot of the qualities of human life. Yet at the same time, it is your karma to generate the incredible moment of Kundalini awakening, which is, akin to the human race discovering fire or something. It's a turning point. Put your finger on that point in that person's personal history and say, at that point, everything changed for them.